Hi, I'm Valeria and you're watching my YouTube channel. Hello everyone and welcome back to this week's video. As you can see, today I am wearing a beanie. One, because I didn't know what to do with my hair, and two, I have like a little pimple right here. Say hello, Mr. Pimple.
Hello.
So if you guys follow me on Instagram and watch my stories, then you probably saw this video coming. I asked you guys to ask me some questions so I can do a little Q&A for you all today. Alright, so let's get started. Baby. Park pet peeves. Okay, I think I mentioned this before, but people who walk slow right in front of you, and oh my gosh, it especially makes me really mad if they're on their phones for that reason. I do not like when people are just like walking so slow and then you're right behind them and you're trying to get like around them, but there's like no way around. Or they're walking slow and then they stop, and then that makes you stop because you're just like about to hit them. So it's like, can you walk a little bit faster? It just makes me a little annoyed. More like a lot. Okay, another little pet peeve of mine, and I don't know how to explain this, but people who go to Disneyland just for the social media aspect of it. But for example, I was watching this YouTube video, and I'm not gonna say who the YouTuber was or who the group of people were, but there was a group of them who were going to Disneyland and they were getting ready, like, because they were gonna have like a little photo shoot over there, and they arrived late and mainly just took pictures basically the whole entire time. That was basically their reason of going. So it's just like, Disneyland was not made for Instagram. I just think that Disneyland has so much to offer. When I go on my Instagram Explore feed, I kind of see, like, since I like a lot of Disney stuff, I see that there's like a lot of Disney social media influencers. I don't know what to call them, I really don't. Like bloggers or something like that. And I don't know what their routine is when going to Disneyland, but if it's just to take pictures and then leave, I don't know. When my family and I go to Disneyland, we go for the rides and to be with each other and to watch the shows, just like going as if it was our first time, you know? We're going to enjoy everything that the park has to offer. Our reason for going is that, of course, if you're there, you want to take some pictures, that's fine, but like, for the sole purpose of going there is for you just to take pictures of yourself and then just leaving. I don't really get that. I hope I don't offend anyone. Like, you gotta live in the moment, you know? I take some pictures and I like Snapchat some stuff, but like, that's not my reason of going, is to like make sure that social media is first. And I'm seeing like more Disney accounts growing, and I just hope that it's not because it's trendy or just because everyone else is doing it. It's because like you love Disney and it's coming from you, and your love for it, and you're not just like, oh, other people love Disney, so I'm just gonna make an account for it just because they like it. Okay, anyways, next question. What are your plans now that you're out of college? Big fan, love your videos, carry on. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet, thank you. So a few of you asked this kind of question, and right now I am working on building my resume. It takes time, and a lot of people don't understand that working in this kind of industry, you're not just handed the job like that. You have to go through like first applying, then the phone interview, and then another on-site interview, and then you have to do some tests, like an animation test and stuff like that. This is not like a week type of process. This takes like a month or even a couple of months. So I don't really want to say what I'm working on right now, but yeah. I'm definitely working on something. Along with that, I've also done like freelance jobs and projects on the side for myself, and of course like making YouTube videos. I want to work for Disney, that is my dream, but in order to do that, I need to build my resume and do like projects like these. It's not gonna happen in a day, it's gonna take time, it can take years. So in order to do that, I need to gain experience in working in this type of industry. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I like to animate, act, I like to edit, I like to film, it's all that kind of stuff. I like being behind the camera as well as being in front of it. I think it would be really cool in the future if I were to like collab with Disney somehow through my YouTube channel. That would be so awesome. Where is somewhere you want to travel, and do you have any pets? Disney World, or also just a bunch of Disney parks around the world. That would be so cool. At the moment, no we don't, but last year-ish, Adrian and I got a pet fish named Mr. Noodle, and he is no longer with us. but he was a very happy fish and we loved every single moment we had together. He lived a long and happy life. If you watched Elmo's World on Sesame Street, then you know why we called him Mr. Noodle.
Look! It's Mr. Noodle's brother, Mr. Noodle!
We've also had some birds and turtles in the past. Little baby turtles. I like turtles. What has been your greatest accomplishment so far? Also, hope you're well. Oh, thank you. I hope you're well too. Greatest accomplishment so far. It's gonna sound so cheesy and corny, but being Adrian's big sister is an accomplishment I've had for my entire life. Some recent accomplishments this year. A big accomplishment I had last year was definitely graduation. And of course, just like making my family proud when I graduated, that's just like the biggest accomplishment for me. Is just anything I do that makes my family proud. It makes me happy. Their happiness means the world to me. And also alongside that, I don't think I really talked about this, but I applied for this portfolio review that Walt Disney Animation was having, and you needed to apply for it before going. So I guess they just selected the people they wanted to go to that portfolio review. And I got in and I met some awesome animators, went to really cool workshops that they had there, and just walking around the studio and everything was so amazing. I just don't know what to say. It just is a really cool place and it would be amazing to work there. And my work was reviewed by a Disney animator there, and I'm not going to mention her name or anything, but she worked on Ralph Breaks the Internet and a bunch of other Disney movies, and it's so cool to get their feedback and advice on how they got into the studio. What made you want to take animation? What animation inspires you? My mom and dad had a really big influence on me when it comes to arts and crafts and drawing and animation. My dad wanted to be an animator and he did study animation. I always liked looking at my dad's portfolio and his sketchbooks and all of his artwork in it, but I think that me doing this is going to like accomplish this dream for us. So I like to think that my dream is my family's dream too, and that if I can accomplish it, then it kind of makes them accomplish their own. I probably mentioned this before, but I used to think that cartoons were like little people living inside of my TV. And then when I found out that like it's actually animators that make them move, I knew I wanted to do that. And then also, if I had to talk about like a company that inspired me, of course, you all know. Universal. Okay, you all know I'm kidding. Disney, of course, was a company that really inspired me. The storytelling and the art. I watched a lot of cartoons on Disney Channel and Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network and Boomerang and PBS Kids. If you worked in Disneyland, what job would you like to have? Okay, if I had to choose in Disneyland, the Indiana Jones ride. Adrian and I have always asked this kind of question on where we would work if we were to work there. I love the Indiana Jones movies and their uniforms are so cool. Like, I want to wear that when working at the ride. I want to wear a hat. If it was in California Adventure, I would want to work at, I think, Cars Land and Animation Academy. Yeah, like teaching people how to draw. That would be really cool. You know what? I'm gonna pass this question along to you guys. Where would you guys want to work at if you were to work at Disneyland or California Adventure? What's your favorite animated movie of the past 5 years? The Emoji Movie. I am kidding. Okay, from the last 5 years, so that would be like 2014 to 2019. They're probably gonna be all like Disney and Pixar movies. Oh, no. Actually, there's one. To name a couple, I have, because I can't pick one. I would think like Big Hero 6, Zootopia, Moana, definitely Coco, Incredibles 2, and of course, from Sony Animation, Into the Spider-Verse. And I also forgot to mention DreamWorks Trolls.
I can't stop feeling.
When did you know you wanted to go to Otis? So I applied to a bunch of other schools, but I knew I wanted to focus on animation and get a degree in that. But Otis is an art school, of course, and the main focus there is art. Duh. And a lot of the teachers there have experience in working in the industry, and I think that the environment was really friendly and I felt comfortable going there. I think that this was a really good choice for me rather than going to a school that has other focuses other than art, and then I'd have to take a bunch of other classes that don't really focus on animation and stuff like that. At Otis, I did have to take like a math class and some English classes, but those English classes kind of integrated art and storytelling, plus the French fries. The French fries at Otis were really good. I tried to answer as many questions as I can, but thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're watching and aren't already subscribed, just click that button right there. It doesn't hurt. And thank you guys so much for your questions. You know, I needed questions in order to make this video. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Hello.